I often think of something I've heard people say about this experience of the disorientation of displacement, especially, older Haitian people in my family have said, they'll say, c'est comme seulement être là, like, it's only my body that's here. And that there's so much in that. Like, when you're in a place, but your spirit is elsewhere or wants to be elsewhere. And I think that's the sometimes undertold story of immigration, how much people sacrifice of themselves. Like, older people become infantilized. You leave behind, sometimes people leave and they can't go back for the funeral of a parent. Or, people, there's this, that they've made this journey and they know everything they're losing. And that's yet they say, I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing for my body to go elsewhere, to make a better future for my child, to reach for something greater. And often the story of immigration, it's the story of bodies. We've seen it, with the recent migrations to Europe, where more and more, because borders are getting, there are more borders that people really have to trek. You really have to put your body on the line. And some people are leaving to protect their lives, to keep their body. So I think there's that in, the making that experience physical, visible. I know it's very hard because people, have to, you're telling a story with movement, with the body, and it demands a lot, I would imagine, of a dancer's body, and each person in a kind of story, like the story you're telling, each person stands in for thousands, because immigration is also, there's a physicality to it that you really have to get up and move to another place. And you're not always sure that that place is a place where you're welcomed, especially if your skin is black or brown. You're not sure what you're going to get when you get there, but you're saying, I'm willing to put my body, I'm willing to put myself on the line for this. And I think that's the connection too with the body, in that more than a more, stagnant kind of art. A painting can do it, but it can do it in one frame. A story can do it, but when you're watching a body, recreate migration as they do in the Alvin Haley and other stories, you almost feel like you could reach out. You can imagine yourself in that motion. You're transported through that, it's a metaphorical journey, but you realize too that body can be your body. But I think the story of immigrants, people are not allowed to mourn often because it's like, you should be lucky to be here. Don't complain. And I think that's the thing. And sometimes people really hide their psychic suffering from their loved ones back home because everybody thinks you're so happy, like you have all this money. There's also this illusion to immigration. And I've seen it. I see people who are living, in a one room in a basement with a bunch of other people, yet, when it's time to go home, they get a fur coat, like fake or not, they get, there's also this illusion, like you don't want people to feel like you've lost anything, that they, and so that part of it, I think, is an undertold story, the stories of the body, the stories of this mourning, because really, frankly, we are not allowed to mourn. It's like even that's what the general forces of immigration is telling you, like, shut up, you're just lucky to be here, without acknowledging all that you've sacrificed and all that you've lost.